Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, I didn't do so well last week. I only got 9 out of the 16 games correct, and then Dallas and Green Bay tied, so I don't know exactly how to count that, so I'm just going to ignore that game. So I guess 9 out of 15 games correct, which is 60%, which is not that great. Going over some of the games last week, what really surprised me was the Giants beating the Chargers. The Giants didn't even look that good this game, but they did look better. But the Chargers could not do anything offensively. I don't know what was going on. This should have been an easy game for the Chargers, but I don't know. It just looked really ugly for them. Giants get the first win of the season, and the Chargers fall to 3-1. The next game I wanted to talk about was the Panthers and the Patriots. I thought this was going to be a close game, kind of a 50-50 pick, and I ended up going with the Panthers because of that 30-0 game against the Falcons. So that got me a sliver of hope for the Panthers, but after this game, I'm completely out. The Panthers are not a good football team. I don't know how they beat the Falcons for some reason. The Patriots aren't even that great of a team, and they just got absolutely obliterated by the Patriots. I don't think I'm going to pick the Panthers for a single game the rest of the season. This was really bad. And then the Saints and Bills. The Saints, for some reason, really kept the game close late into the game. I was really surprised. I thought this was going to be a blowout, but Saints kept it close, and it wasn't until like late in the fourth that Bills really pulled away. Really weird game, but I guess the Bills got the W, so good for them. Next thing I want to talk about was the Bears and Raiders. Ashton Jeanty really popped off this game. He had 3 total touchdowns. Really good game for him. And the Raiders looked like they were in control for most of the game. But the Bears managed to sneak back and win the game. I will say the Bears look better than they did last year. I don't know if they're going to win more games than last year. It's still a really tough division for them. But in general, they do look like a better team, even if the record probably won't show it. And then the last game I want to talk about, Cowboys. This was a really fun game to watch. Early on, it looked like the Packers had the momentum. They kept moving the ball, and Dallas couldn't stop them. The defense is absolute. But after they scored a touchdown and the Cowboys blocked the field goal, the extra point attempt, that really shifted the momentum. Dallas was able to come back and make it close, and after that they were just going back and forth scoring. This game ended up going to overtime, which both teams ended up kicking a field goal. Green Bay barely got it off and ended up in a tie. Really unsatisfying finish to a really otherwise good game. Moving on to this week, week 5. Tonight, the first game tonight was San Francisco is the 49ers and Rams. The 49ers are injured to hell. Surprisingly, Christian McCaffrey is like the only healthy starter. So even though for some reason the Niners have owned the Rams, this should be an easy win for the Rams. The Niners have no healthy players right now, outside of Christian. Next game is the Vikings and Browns. Both these teams are really similar. They have elite defenses, but just really trash offenses. I'm going to go with the Vikings, but I'm not super confident. I guess Carson Wentz I trust a little more than Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel hasn't made a start yet, and he's going against a really tough defense in his first start. Carson Wentz has at least had some starts, so he should have some experience and not be completely awful. Next game is Cowboys at Jets. Honestly, it would be such a Cowboys move to lose this game. I could possibly see the Jets winning, but I do think Cowboys are a better team. They should win this game, but an upset isn't completely out of the picture. At the end of the day, I'm going to go with Dallas. Next game is the Giants and Saints. These are 2 really bad teams, but the Giants are better than the Saints. So they should get this win. Giants win. Next game is Raiders and Colts. The Colts look really legitimate this year. I'm super surprised, honestly. Who would have thought Daniel Jones would be leading one of the best teams in the league? I'm going to go with the Colts. The Raiders do not look good. Colts win. Next game, Panthers and Dolphins. Another game with just 2 really bad teams. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I trust them slightly more. Even though they lost Tyreek Hill, the offense is somewhat decent if Tua's not turning the ball over. The Panthers look bad all around. They're probably a bottom 2 team in the league right now. It's not looking good. Miami wins. Next game, Broncos and Eagles. I think this is going to be a really good game. To be fair, the Eagles haven't blown anyone out, so all their games are going to be close. I really like the Broncos defense. They've been looking pretty good this year. However, I'm still going to go with the Eagles. For some reason, they can't lose. No matter how pitiful their offense is, they just keep winning. The Eagles' offense has been shockingly bad this year. I don't know what's going on, but they're good enough to win games, so they keep winning. So I think they're going to win again this week. Next game is Texans and Ravens. Who would have thought that this game going into week 5 would be 2-1 and 3 teams? Lamar Jackson looks to be out, so I'm going to go with the Texans. They should win this game, especially since it's Cooper Rush starting. But for some reason, the Texans just haven't looked great all year. Neither has Baltimore, so I guess that Houston has that going for them, but these are two not so good teams. Next game is the Titans and Cardinals. The Cardinals, for some reason, have been so mid. They're not bad, but they're not good. It's so frustrating to watch the Cardinals for me. I don't know why. They should win this game. The Titans are absolutely horrible. They honestly might be the worst team in the league. Like Cam always said, they're pretty ass. So, Cardinals get the win. Next game, Seahawks and Buccaneers. This should be a really good game. I did not think the Seahawks would be good this year, but they look pretty good. I did not trust Sam Darnold to lead the offense, but they're looking decent. And we all knew that defense was going to be elite, and they are absolutely elite. I think since it's in Seattle, I'm going to go with Seattle. But the Buccaneers are a really good team. If this was played in Tampa Bay, I'd probably go with the Bucs. Since it's in Seattle, I'm going to go Seahawks. Next game, Lions at Bengals. Since Joe Burrow went out with the injury, the Bengals have looked absolutely awful. Their defense, surprisingly, isn't the worst in the league, but not good. And the offense just looks like shit now without Joe Burrow. This should be an easy win for the Lions. I do think that since the Lions are missing players, unfortunately, on defense, DJ Reed's going to be out for some time. So going against Ja'Marr Chase and T. Higgins is not going to be easy. They'll do better than they did last week against Denver. But Lions offense is just way too overpowered. I see the Lions win a high-scoring game like 38-28 or 35-24, something like that. Next game is the Commanders and Chargers. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to be back, but if he's not back, it's an easy Chargers pick. If he is back, I'm kind of 50-50 on this. The Commanders look like such a different team without Jaden Daniels. I really underestimated his impact on this team. I'm still going to go with the Chargers, though. Despite the loss last week, they still look like a really good team. So I think they'll bounce back and get the W this week. Next game is Bills and Patriots. Honestly, the Patriots surprised me with how good they played last week. To be fair, it was the Panthers, but they put up like 42 points. So they look like a competent team. Now, they're against the Bills this week, so they're probably going to lose. I'm going to have the Bills winning. But they could keep it kind of close. I could see them keeping it within 10 points. So, Bills win. And then last game, Chiefs and Jaguars. Chiefs are starting to look like the Chiefs again. Last week, they got Xavier Worthy back, and that offense looks really good again. The Jaguars do look like a solid team. They're not bad, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs win this game. All right, so these are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think. What picks do you think I'm going to get correct, and what picks do you think I absolutely whiffed on? Hopefully, I'll do better than last week. Last week was not a great week for my picks, but we'll see what happens this weekend. All right, peace.